You are listening to The Mind of AGP, a weekly take on marketing, video, storytelling, and, well, the world. Here is your host, Adam Grubb.
All right, welcome in to The Mind of AGP for January 16th, 2019. I'm your host, Adam Grubb. Thanks for coming into the program. This is a weekly look into video, marketing, storytelling, and the world. Presented by Adam Grubb Productions, your story told differently. Visit tolddifferently.com to learn how to change your video marketing forever and to move from features and benefits to unique and powerful stories of your brand. That's tolddifferently.com. Matthew McConaughey, one of the greatest actors of our time, arguably. A Time to Kill, one of my favorite movies. Lincoln Lawyer, underrated. Dallas Buyers Club, he won an Oscar for that. My God, the man's career is phenomenal. And there isn't a single thing you can say bad about Matthew McConaughey and his acting ability until 2014, when this started.
To actually move forward. And I don't mean going back to reminisce or chase ghosts. I mean going back to see where you came from.
What?
Where you been, how you got here. See where you're going.
All right, Matthew. Thanks, my man. Thanks for waxing poetically about nothing there for a minute straight. What is that? That's the Lincoln commercials. Have you seen them? Of course you have. You hate them. Everybody hates them. We did a Twitter poll, Instagram poll, and then we just a quick Google search, and it come to find out there isn't a single solitary person on the planet that likes those commercials. And I don't know why either. I mean, I do know why. Because they are incredibly irritating and annoying because we don't know what's happening. There's no linear story. There's nothing happens. He is just in his car, playing with his fingers, rolling like this violin, the world's smallest violin, and he's just talking. And it's almost like the director said, "Okay, Matt, we're just going to put the camera on you, and then you just say whatever comes to your mind. You just kind of like this podcast." You just say whatever pops into your head. We're going to film it, and then we're going to put it on TV, and it's going to go gangbusters. Here's the story behind it. Hudson Rogue is the creative agency and marketing agency for Lincoln, and in 2012, they were at a 32-year low in sales, and they were looking for a spokesperson. They were looking for something to grab onto to help their brand, and McConaughey had said originally, years before that, 2010 or 2011, hey, I don't typically hawk products, but if I were, yours would be one of them. And if you ever want to collaborate, let me know. And come 2014, the partnership and the marriage started with Matthew McConaughey and Lincoln. And again, Hudson Rogue, they were looking for something different, looking for something unique, looking for something that that Lincoln had never done before. And so they got Matt, and he said, "Look, I'm not just going to be a spokesperson. I'm going to be involved in the process." And that's pretty clear by the pieces. First of all, cinematically, they're beautiful, and they don't bother me as much as on mute as they do when the volume is up. Again, probably like this podcast. But the thing about these commercials is pretty simple. They worked. And they worked because they were different. They worked because they got made fun of. Spoofs began. Saturday Night Live, Ellen DeGeneres. All of a sudden, they'd taken a life of its own. And now it's almost become how crazier can we make Matthew McConaughey look? But visually, they're stunning. And they showcase the car in a very, very unique way, to where the car is just a central character in the piece. But it's not the only thing they talk about. It's not like every other car commercial. Mercedes, BMW, any luxury car, they all kind of have this formula. And Lincoln went away from that formula completely. Matt Van Dyke, the global director of Lincoln, said that in 2014 alone, 6 months after the first ad ran, their website traffic tripled. They had a 10% increase in share of market in the fourth quarter, and they boosted their sales by 16%. After a 32-year low. So that was an instant success. And then you couple that with all of the ancillary promotional love and hate that it got. It's talked about all the time. It's made fun of. It's parodied. It is synonymous with absurdity. And every new commercial, by the way, I went through over the weekend and I watched every one of these things over the last 4 years. They're all on YouTube. And they are as irritating and grating as you would expect them to be. But the proof is in the proverbial pudding, in that they worked. And because they worked, they kept doing them. And Lincoln has now seen a resurgence unknown to most car companies over the last 10 years. And that is remarkable in and of itself. Because without Matthew McConaughey, without going outside the box, without doing something different and taking a chance on something that they normally wouldn't do, Lincoln has now seen an incredible drive in revenue, in new cars, and in social awareness of their product. And that, to me, is a success. Does not matter what Matthew McConaughey is saying, and God knows we don't know. We might never know. He's just talking. But I love it. Why? Because it's different, and it worked. Mind of AGP, January 16th, 2019. Enjoy your week. Subscribe where you get your podcast. Tell your friends, everybody. A movement is happening, and it's right here on the Mind of AGP. Talk to you later.